Hey everybody, this is Matt Dickman of Techno Marketer, and this is another edition of First Look. Today we're looking at Yahoo's new Mash social network. And Mash really is Yahoo's take on this whole revolution of social networking. And uh, it's still in beta. I'll preface it with that before I say anything else. But the similarities actually between Mash and Google's Orkut, which I'll actually be doing tomorrow in a video post, so come back for that. They're very, very basic. Mash is an extremely stripped down social network platform, which I'll show you in just a second. And the real way that I think Yahoo's going to be able to expand on this, if they are at all, is to leverage the rest of their properties. So Yahoo also owns, Flickr, and they have Yahoo Video, which actually gets some surprisingly good traffic. Just keep that in mind. This is in beta. There's some integration, but let's take a look through Mash right now. So if you look in this in the primary window over here, I've created a profile. This is basically the landing page when I come back to Mash. So, I come into my profile and you'll see, it's extremely basic. They just set you up with a basic template, which I'm completely fine with. It's more of the CNN or the Facebook model. So, I've done some basic profiling of myself, my age, where I live, I've updated the photo to kind of my personal branded photo that I'm using across all of the social networks that I'm part of. It shows you your friends. So Aubrey, one of my friends, is already in the network. And if any of you are out there and want to friend me on Mash, let me know. Just send me an invite. It just shows you a way to easily connect with those people. But this page is completely centered around me. Which is actually one of the issues that I have with the service, is that it's not pulling in data from friends or other things that are happening within my network. It's completely me-centered. So, what it does, it asks me some kind of about questions, which I know this is kind of getting to the personalization, but I think that they may be going down the wrong path with this. If I were an animal, I would be what? My best features, celebrity lookalikes, what's most likely playing on my iPod. Here, I'll update this. All you do is click on it. The Killers, Tiesto. I'll just go ahead and save it. And really all it does is put the names there. It doesn't hyperlink out to a search about those people. It doesn't let me click through to the rest of the Yahoo properties. I'm still trying to figure this out a little bit. My stuff, the other thing about this network right now is that it's extremely manual. Everything that's entered has to be done, through hard coding or embedding. It's the same type of technique that you would use if you were going to embed video on a site. There's a whole snip of code that you have to copy from somewhere and paste into here. It's not a WYSIWYG editor, like in what you see is what you get, which is basically like using a Word where you can drag documents, highlight things, hit bold. This my stuff, too bad, so sad, there's no stuff here. If I click to edit this, HTML is allowed, so I can put whatever I want in here. I can make it really cool, I can style it, but I have to know HTML, or I can just enter plain text. Blurt, the Blurt right now, what it is to me is it's more like a Twitter application. This is more of the Yahoo network presence. So it's what I'm doing right now, what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, I can blurt it. So that's it's a pretty good idea. It's good to see it included. I can't find the difference between a blurt and the thing at the top, which is say something. To me, those are the same things, so it's a little bit confusing from a user perspective. But down here is really, I think, where the power of Yahoo comes in. It was really, really simple to pull in my Flickr photos. So, if I click one of the photos, it jumps directly over to Flickr. It knows who I am, where I am, what the photo is. All it really took was a couple of clicks, because it's all authenticated off the Yahoo ID system. So a couple months ago, when everybody started seeing all of Yahoo's properties move to the ID system, this is a primary reason, is so that all of their properties can start feeding into each other. The next thing down here, which would be really cool if it were easy to use, there's a style this profile. But to do it, you have to find an image that's already uploaded to a server. You can't upload an image from right here. You can color the background of the modules, the border, the font color, the link color. You can write your own CSS. But this is extremely advanced, I think, for 99% of people that are going to use this. Where a lot of other social nets, I think, excel is that it's extremely easy to make it personal. So let's just keep that in mind. I know this is beta. This could be coming, in a day, in a week. It may not come at all. But the one thing about this is being personal, letting people do cool stuff with what you have. And right now, it's really hard to do something cool with this network. That's really it. You can add tags to yourself. I haven't really tested. I don't think because this is in beta that it's being indexed really by the Yahoo search engine, but that's something that I'm still looking into just to see if this gives any kind of search juice from a personal or a professional side. I can go through and I can look at friends. I can invite people here. I can tag people as family, just friends, best friends. I can go through my settings and adjust my privacy on here. Privacy adjustment is really global. It's not really micro, so I can't really say you can just see this piece of my contact information. I either say you see it all or you don't see anything based on who you are to me. And then here are some modules that I think people are writing out there. So, my Flickr RSS feed, Ego Boost, a lot of these things that you're actually seeing on MySpace, Facebook, I'm sure people are going to start writing them for all of these networks. And all of them right now are requiring completely different programming. So you may be able to reuse part of what you've built on Facebook, but MySpace requires something completely different. Or the language is different, or the API is a little bit different. So, it's just something to keep in mind that really it's all about, no matter which network you're trying to find people on, it is finding where the target audience is. If 90% of the people you target are on Yahoo MASH, then that's the place to go. Forget Facebook, forget MySpace. That's secondary. So it's really finding out where people are. If this is where it is, great. But, I see this as being really extensible. So you can add modules onto here. It's really, I think they're going to make it a whole lot easier than it is right now. Right now, it seems to be set up for developers to get in, to test it, to make sure their modules work before they roll it out. But I'm really, really hoping that Yahoo pays a lot of attention. They have a lot of resources for developers to tweak their user interface. So I'm hoping that team will help out here because it's in desperate need of a little bit of TLC and let me create cool stuff. I mean, that companies need to get out of the way of their customers and let them do cool things with their software in these social networks. If you're building something for Facebook or one of these networks, just let people do cool stuff with your stuff. Let them do cool stuff with your code and get out of the way. Let the user experience take over. Let people start spreading the message, pass it along to friends. That's really where you're going to see the power of these networks. So that's a first look at Yahoo MASH. Tomorrow, like I said, I'm going to go through Google's ORCID. You're going to see a lot of similarities. It's really stripped down, but really what it is all about is finding where your customers are, where the target audience is, and going there. So until next time, this is Matt Dickman from Techno Marketer. If you have something that you'd like to see me do a first look for, just drop me an email, mattdickman@gmail.com, or leave me a comment. Thanks a lot, and I'll talk to you soon.